Good day, folks. Welcome. My name is Omer Ahern Jr., and I am the Grafton County Commissioner for District 3. I represent the towns in the, actually, I represent the entire county, but I'm elected from the towns in the southeastern and southern part of Grafton County. I serve with two other commissioners. I serve with Commissioner Wendy Piper of Enfield, New Hampshire. She represents District 1, which is the towns of, or are the towns of Hanover, Enfield, and the city of Lebanon. And we also serve with Commissioner Linda Lauer. She represents the towns in western and northern Grafton County, and that is District 2. Commissioner Lauer is the chairperson of the Grafton County Board of Commissioners, and Commissioner Piper is the clerk, and I serve as the vice chairman of the Board of Commissioners. It's been a long day already. So I'm here to make my periodic report as county commissioner. A lot of things going on in the county on many different levels. Our last meeting was on Tuesday of this week, August 14th, and the commissioners meet every week at 9 o'clock a.m. at the Grafton County Complex in the Administration Building up in North Haverhill on the Dartmouth College Highway, and those meetings are open to the public, and I encourage everyone out there to attend our meetings and hear what is going on at the county. A couple things to just remind you of. The county commissioners in New Hampshire, and there are 10 counties in New Hampshire, 3 county commissioners in each county. And by state statute, we are responsible for the operation and maintenance and management of a county nursing home, which is elderly care. We are also responsible for the operation and management of the Department of Corrections, which includes a house of correction for those people who have come involved in the criminal justice system and have been sentenced to a year and a day or less by the courts. And we also have the county jail as part of the Department of Corrections. The county jail is for folks who have been charged with a crime, are not eligible for bail or have not met their bail, and are in pre-trial confinement. So that's what the Department of Corrections does. And in Grafton County, we are also blessed to have a fantastic farm operation. We have a dairy farm, and we have a vegetable operation. We also grow field crops, corn and hay, and we have a farm stand up there. And we have cows, fantastic dairy herd. We also have chickens and pigs. And on our meeting on this past Tuesday, August 14th, the first item on the agenda after we do the Pledge of Allegiance was the farm manager's report. And Donnie Kimball came in and provided us with a written report, as he does every month. And in his August farm report, he reports that we are currently milking 78 cows. Most of those cows are Holsteins. We do have a few brown and white cows that are in our herd, but mostly it's a Holstein herd. He says we are shipping 5,000 pounds of milk daily, averaging 69 pounds per cow. Usually we're milking about 84 to 89 cows, but because of the hot weather that we've been experiencing these last couple of months, it's kind of taken a bit of a toll on the amount of milk that our cows are able to give. And also that means our milk output is a little bit less than what it normally is. However, the price of milk went up almost $1, so we are now getting $18.90 per hundredweight. And actually, that $18.90 per hundredweight actually is a premium price that we receive for our milk because the quality of our milk is so good. that folks such as Cabot Creamery request the Grafton County milk to go into the cheeses that they make over there. Also, I want to just remind folks that our Grafton County Dairy Herd has received 3 national awards earlier this year for the quality of the milk and the quantity of the butterfat in our milk. And we want to thank Ben White, who is the herdsman, for the fantastic job he's been doing with our dairy herd for the last 6 years at Grafton County. Mr. Kimball reports that we have finished chopping the 3rd cut of hay. Even in spite of the rain, we've had a really good crop, and he's waiting on the weather to make some more hay for our horse customers. So we do sell hay to the general public, just a matter of calling the county farm and making arrangements if you would like to buy some hay for your cattle or for your horses. The farm stand is doing well, and we started digging potatoes earlier this week. As I indicated earlier, the cows are still struggling with the heat. We're not seeing the production we normally do because of the hot, humid days. And at this time, at this meeting, the farm manager did report that he will be retiring as of November 30th, 2018, which means Grafton County will be looking for a working farm manager. That job description will be posted. We have to offer it in-house first and give folks that are working at the county an opportunity to apply for the job. But then the job description will be posted to the general public. So we'll be looking to replace Mr. Kimball somewhere around, have a replacement by the middle of November. The Department of Corrections is processing the corn that is not sold at the farm stand. And so far this year, it was reported that we have harvested 5,000 ears of corn. Not all of that is sold at the farm stand, so we do make sure that we feed as much of the produce and eggs into the Department of Corrections. So they're cooking up the corn and putting it into the freezer. We discussed the position of the new farm manager, and that's going to be a topic that we're going to be working with as we look for a new farm manager. The next item on the agenda was a report from the county treasurer, Karen Leott Hill, from the town of Lebanon, city of Lebanon. And as the county treasurer, part of her job is to prepare for borrowing money in anticipation of receiving taxes from the towns later on this year. So this is called Tax Anticipation Notes, TANs, and she put out requests for bids to 9 different financial institutions that do business here in Grafton County, and we received bids from 5 separate banks, and 2 of the banks declined not to bid, and 5 of the banks did not even provide a response. So basically, what's going to happen is the commissioners reviewed the proposals from the banks that did submit bids, and based upon the various aspects and conditions that would go on, the county, in order to borrow the money in anticipation of receiving the tax funds from the various towns in Grafton County, the commissioners voted to accept the bid of the Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank at a rate of 2.40%, and they will not require a legal letter or legal opinion letter as to the quality of Grafton County's ability to borrow, which would save us some significant money because legal bond letters are kind of expensive to acquire. And the next bidder that actually submitted a little bit lower interest rate of 2.37%, but they required us to keep a significant amount of money in the bank account there. And when we did the numbers, when the county administrator did the numbers and the county treasurer did the numbers, we found that overall it was going to be more financially feasible to go with Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank. And we appreciate Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank and all the things that they help with Grafton County. The next report was from Laura Saffo, the county attorney, and she made her monthly report, which is quite a lengthy report. This is a copy of the report that she provided to us. She gives us an update on what types of cases are being handled by the county attorney's office. And she did make it a point several times during the meeting on Tuesday that her workload is a different amount versus the caseload that the county attorney's office is experiencing. All of them are up, but when you take a look at all the things that the county attorney's office does, that the county attorney has put in place over the years, it is quite an expensive department at the county, and they do a number of cases, and they're also getting involved in a lot of more complex cases now. They have set up a mental health court, a drug court, an alternative sentencing program through the county attorney's office. But we've seen a significant rise in the number of sex crimes cases and opioid and drug abuse cases and complex civil cases, fraud, and things like that. The other thing that she brought to our attention, due to a series of new legislation that was passed in New Hampshire, and she also presented us this multi-page report showing all of the legislation that was entered into the state legislature this past session. And one of the bills that is having a significant impact on not only on our county attorney's office but also on our Department of Corrections is the bail reform legislation, RSA 597:2, and references RSA 597:14, and the conditions for bail and who would be eligible for bail. And just because a person doesn't have money to post bail, that does not mean that they would still be incarcerated. The courts have some leeway on that. This other report that she provided to us is a town-by-town report of how many referrals and how many charges are implemented from the various towns in Grafton County, and the types of cases that are being heard. Again, a lot of aggravated felonious sexual assault, aggravated felonious sexual assault in a domestic violence situation, regular assaults, not really regular, but assaults that are not necessarily aggravated felonious sexual assaults. We have bail jumping. We do have assaults on a police officer that we're dealing with, burglaries, child pornography is a problem in our county. We have a number of people being held awaiting trial on child pornography issues, disobeying a police officer, criminal mischief in the circuit courts, drug possession, driving while intoxicated, forged prescriptions, habitual offender, just a lot of things. Obstructing the report of a crime. We have people pending trial in our correctional facility on those things. Possession of a narcotic drug with intent to sell. We have, those are cases that she's dealing with in her office. Sale of drugs, simple assault, tampering with a witness and violation of protective orders. So there's just a lot of bad things going on in our society, and Grafton County it's costing us a lot of money to deal with these issues at the county level, county attorney's office, and at the correctional facility office. Some other things that we worked on at the commissioners meeting is we started working on a revised job description for the farm manager, and we worked out a final position description for there. We also have an update from the legal counsel that the county has retained for opioid litigation. The opioid crisis that is a scourge on our society, not only nationwide, but especially here in New Hampshire, is a significant burden on the county resources. Again, not only at the county attorney's level, but having to provide housing, for lack of a better word, at a Department of Corrections, our alternative sentencing program for first-time offenders of the drug laws, that's costing us a lot of money. So we're involved with some opioid litigation, trying to recoup some of the funds that our county taxpayers have had to spend out over the years in order to meet this very terrible epidemic that we have in our state. We did have a moment of silence at the beginning of the meeting for Mr. Bill Sharp of Lebanon, who passed away this past Saturday. He had served the people of Grafton County as Register of Deeds for 2 terms back in the early 2000s. And so in memory of Bill's passing, we had a moment of silence for Bill Sharp. One thing I would like to bring to your attention is on Monday, August 20th, here at the Plymouth Regional Senior Center, starting at 1 o'clock. It's a 2-hour presentation, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. There will be a discussion that is going to be moderated by the nursing home administrator from Grafton County, Craig Labor, and the Human Services Director, Nancy Bishop, on a program from Sensio Systems, S-E-N-S-C-I-O, Sensio Systems. And I'm just going to read you the press release that went out. It's a discussion to take place about the future of long-term services and support, also known as LTSS, and how these services can be delivered in New Hampshire. But one constant remains the same. People want to stay in their home as long as possible. Grafton County and Sensio Systems, Inc. are excited to invite you to an informational presentation on IBIS, I-B-I-S, an artificial intelligence program designed to be incorporated into a whole person approach to the delivery of care for 65 plus dual eligible residents of Grafton County through the use of computer technology and in conjunction with the many stakeholders throughout Grafton County, which would include Genesis, the Grafton County Senior Citizens Council. Sensio Systems and the IBIS program can help our county citizens achieve their goal of staying at home. So please join us on Monday, August 20th at 1 o'clock p.m. at the Plymouth Regional Senior Center to learn how, through partnering together, we can help make this goal a reality. This long-term services and support program is also being encouraged by the State of New Hampshire Department of Health and Human Services. So if you're interested in attending this, we would like you to RSVP to Nancy Bishop at the county nursing home, and by calling her at 787-2033. 787-2033. So I thought that was something that might be of interest to a lot of you folks out there. Again, there's a lot going on in Grafton County. We just started our new fiscal year on July 1st. We are dealing with just a lot of issues there. Our infrastructure is getting old. Infrastructures don't last as long as they used to. Our computer technology systems up there need to be constantly updated. Most of the laptops are only, designed to last for 3 to 5 years. And so we use a lot of laptops in the Department of Corrections. We use a lot of laptops and technology in the county nursing home. And we use technology all over the county complex. And when the equipment starts to become less reliable, we have to replace it. Same goes for the heating and ventilation and air conditioning systems at the county. The entire correctional facility is experiencing issues with the HVAC equipment there. And I mean, this is within 8 years of the building of the new correctional facility. So these are constant issues in terms of where do we get the money? How do we make the best use of your dollars as Grafton County taxpayers? And this is why I'm very careful about voting on how money is being spent, because we can see down the road what the needs are going to be, the constant needs that provide ultimately for the best care for our nursing home residents. And we have a 135-bed nursing home for long-term care for residents of Grafton County and beyond. We do have a waiting list. And we do provide services for Medicare, Medicaid. We have beds that are available for veterans, and of course private pay. And we need to make sure that we have the finest nursing home that's out there. As a matter of fact, Grafton County, among the other nursing homes, county nursing homes in the state of New Hampshire, have been recognized as in the top 11% of the nursing homes throughout the throughout the United States of America. Grafton County is among the top 11% of the best nursing homes in the country. And we're very proud of that, and we want to make sure that we continue to provide excellent care for the residents in our nursing home. And then we also have this 150-bed correctional facility. Right now, we seem to not have more than 98 residents in the Department of Corrections at any one time. And we have maximum units, we have medium units, we have female units, we have a juvenile unit. These units are also called pods. We provide these services by law. And we also have to provide pretrial sentencing as well. And I tell you, we are blessed with some excellent employees at Grafton County. The folks that work in the nursing home, the folks that work in the Department of Corrections, and of course the folks that work all over the nursing home up there and at the county complex are outstanding employees. We still, though, we have a need for registered nurses, LNAs, in the nursing home. The need is very, very great because we're in competition with Dartmouth-Hitchcock Medical Center, Cottage Hospital, Littleton Hospital, Spear Hospital from here in Plymouth. And so I believe we pay very, very well for our nursing staff and also our Department of Correction folks. And we have excellent health insurance, and we have a very excellent retirement program. So if you or a family member are an RN or other healthcare provider looking for an opportunity to work with a very unique healthcare population, the elderly in our nursing home, please give us a call up there at the Grafton County complex. Our farm stand is in full operation. We've got tomatoes and beet greens and beets and Swiss chard and onions and turnips, and of course corn on the cob. It's great produce that's grown there. We make use of inmate labor there to help the inmates learn a little bit about how to grow their own food, so that when they get out and they go home, they can maybe be a little bit better at providing for their families. So I'm going to call it quits at this point. I appreciate the fact that the public television access here in Plymouth, the PBTV, provides me with this opportunity to tell the public what's going on up in Grafton County. I think this is a very important way of doing that. Tell your friends and neighbors in Grafton County about this program. I understand that Juliet has named this program that I provide Just Omer, Justomer, and I guess if you go to YouTube and you type in Just Omer, you'll be able to see all of these presentations that I've been making over the last almost 2 years since I became a county commissioner on January 1st. I think I started doing these in March of 2017. Again, I want to also thank the other 2 county commissioners that I work with, Commissioner Linda Lauer from Bath, the chairperson of the Board of Commissioners, and Commissioner Wendy Piper, who is the clerk of the county commission. She's from the town of Enfield. And if you have any questions of me, I certainly have an email address, omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. Again, omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. I also have a phone number at my office in Wentworth, New Hampshire, 764-6024. And I do have voicemail. I'm not always there, but I do have voicemail at my office number, 764-6024. And again, I want to thank the PBTV folks for giving me this opportunity. And hopefully you will have a safe week coming up. And God bless the great state of New Hampshire, and God bless America. Thank you.